Okay, so the Yankees finished their last game at Steinbrenner Field with a tie, 3-3 Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, recap this a little bit before I do that. If you didn't see this morning, I put out a short. I have to offer my deepest sympathies and condolences for the Gardner family. They lost their 14-year-old son. May he rest in peace. So he fell ill. Apparently, a bunch of family went on a trip, and a lot of the family members fell ill. And unfortunately, they lost their 14-year-old son, who apparently passed away peacefully in his sleep. But nevertheless, I can only imagine what it's like losing a child. I'm sorry to the Gardner family. I really am. So sorry for your loss. And I'll just keep it at that. And I hope everybody else can send out their wishes as well. Now, shout out to everybody in here. Cards is in here. Stephen B is in here. On a brighter note, just got Brian Hoke reporting that Will Warren has made the team. He's made the team up to New York. So it looks like he and Carlos Carrasco would be in the rotation, at least the first two rounds probably. They already announced that Clark Schmidt's going to start the season on the IL, as is Ian Hamilton. No surprise for Schmidt. He's behind. He has to build up his pitch count. He's not going on the IL because he's hurt. He's going on the IL because he's behind. So my guess is you might see Warren twice. You might see Carrasco twice before Schmidt gets back in here. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And again, it's early season. Let's get these guys healthy. Let's get these guys caught up. And then hopefully we'll get some good momentum. Okay, Stephen B's in the building. Graham. Oh, yes. No parent should never have to bury a child. Amen. Amen. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's terrible. Now, bright spots today. Anthony Volpe went deep with a home run, and Austin Wells went deep with a 2-run shot, his 6th of the spring. It looks like he's solidified his role as the Yankees leadoff hitter. I do think he's going to be the leadoff hitter for the foreseeable future until something changes. Okay. Now, the Yankees will be on the hunt for the next couple of days for a right-handed bat. We know this. Brian Cashman has said so. Okay. Will they find somebody who's an upgrade? I don't know. Brandon Drury was just released by the White Sox, but he does have a fractured thumb, so he won't be ready anyway. But the question is he an upgrade over what we currently have in-house? We don't know. I did hear that Pablo Reyes has leapfrogged over Oswald Peraza on the depth chart. So if anybody goes, it's likely going to be Peraza, whether it be in a trade, whether it be something else too. And there's a rumor floating around that I put out earlier about, Dodgers floating some rumor trade for Tony Gonsolin, who they might be looking to move. The Yankees being the team to look to send Everson Pereira back to the Dodgers for that. But there's also an extension to the rumors that Gonsolin might not be healthy. And if that's the case, and the Dodgers knowingly trade an injured player to a team like the Yankees, shame on them. But that still remains to be seen. Can't blame them for something that's really not proven. So, but I have mentioned the trade for the Yankees acquiring pitching from the Dodgers, and I've mentioned it probably for the last 2 months. Not repeatedly, but I've mentioned it quite a few times. And the Dodgers have an uber surplus of pitching, and Gonsolin's not going to make the rotation anyway. So I don't know if he's in the IL, but again, that's the rumor being floated. It's not being floated by somebody in the Yankees universe. It's being floated by somebody in the Dodgers universe. Max Fried did pitch well. He did pitch well today in his final tune-up. And so Carlos Rodon's going to open up the season for the Yankees, Yankee Stadium on Thursday. And then they're going to be off Friday. And then on Saturday, it's going to be Max Fried versus Nestor Cortez against the Brewers. So, and I'm looking to secure some tickets for that game. I was looking for opening day, but I can get much better tickets on a Saturday than I can for opening day. So, but we'll see. We'll see. So, but that's pretty much it. The Yankees bullpen relatively held things down for the most part. You had Fried, and then Daniel De Los Santos came in with 2/3. Fried threw 5 and a third, 4 hits, 3 runs. One of them was left, and De Los Santos caused it to be driven in. So with a base hit, which was credited to Fried. So he had 4 strikeouts and 78 pitches. Del Santos 2/3, 1 hit, and 1 K. Ian Hamilton came in and clean inning. Wilking Rodriguez was looking to potentially come back to this roster, and a clean inning with a strikeout. And then what's his name? Kervin Castro came in through the 9th inning, clean 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and that was pretty much the pitching. Offensively, Wells was 1 for 2 with a homer. Paul Goldschmidt was 1 for 3. He's batting .297 this spring. Let's see who else. Yeah, Anthony Volpe 1 for 3 with a homer, and Braden Shoemaker 1 for 2. The Yankees had 4 hits, so not many hits today, off of the Rays, who are known to have stingy pitching, particularly against the Yankees. But that's pretty much it. Shout out to Tel Aviv is in the house. What is good? They're on. So I don't know. Well, I don't know if he's the backup. Trent Grisham. He's not ahead of Trent Grisham. Pereira. So that's the other thing too, Graham. So I think folks are forgetting about Trent Grisham, and then you got this kid Brandon Davis who's playing pretty well as well. So we'll see. We will see. They're on, yeah. Baseball season's upon us, is right. But we'll see what happens here. It's going to be an interesting next couple days. I'm really, really curious to see Jake Boss, Jeffy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's Sunday afternoon, so I won't keep you that long. Just wanted to recap the game since it's an afternoon game. That way we can go enjoy the rest of our weekend. A little chilly, but it is what it is. Spring has just hit us, but the weather is not here yet. Yeah, I just announced that too, Jonathan. Will Warren, yep, he's made a team. It's going up. So, yes, indeed. Yankees Mania is in the building. So, and again, this is going to be an interesting, well, it's going to be an interesting season, but I mean, I'm curious to see how well Carrasco does, how well Warren does, and how well the rest of this team does. I mean, it looks like they're kind of falling into place, right? And the Yankees have improved in a lot of areas that kind of are underrated, not the sexy areas, right? Yeah, they might have lost some of that power from Soto, but they could spread that power out across the board. You got Wells hitting home runs with more regularity. You got Jazz, you got Albany Volpe's hitting home runs. So, I'd rather have, instead of 2 guys with 40 plus, I'd rather have 6 guys with 25 plus any day of the week. And they could very well have that. So, and there's a good chance maybe the Yankees have 7. Well, now they have 48 hours to decide on Dom Smith, who opted out. Should they get more news on Giancarlo Stanton? We might. And if he's going to miss maybe the season, then maybe they'll bring Dom Smith back as a DH. Okay, as well. And they're going to have, we're going to have Ben Rice here too. He's made the team. JC Escar's made the team. Will Warren. There's still another spot has yet to be called yet. So, the rotation order, it's going to be, well, at least the first couple of times, it's going to be Rodon, then Fried, and probably Stroman, Warren, and Carrasco, something like that. Something like that. We already know it's going to be Rodon and Fried the first time around, at least. And it'll probably be that way for a little while. At that point, it doesn't really matter after that. So, just want to keep some kind of a semblance of consistency in there. And then when Schmidt comes back, they might maneuver it a little bit, but we'll see. Jeffy, have a great day. So that's what I think it's going to be, David, right now. But we already know that Rodon's throwing opening day Thursday and Fried's throwing Saturday against Nestor Cortez. So that'll be a fun game. That will be a very fun game. But again, like I said, the Yankees are putting together their offense, right? It's going to be a more athletic, a more well-balanced offense. It's going to be more run manufacturing. It's going to be more hit and runs, more steals. So it's going to be a more active team on the base paths, more potentially feisty team on the base paths, which is good, which is really, really good. Yeah, I mean, Escar, that's a great story. Going from Uber driver to substitute teacher to a freaking Major League ball player. And I love the video. And if you haven't seen, I shared it yesterday on Twitter, the video where Boone announced it to him. And then when he was talking to his mom, Scar called his mom and her crying. It was really cool. It's really, those are the types of things. Those are the things that are really, really make you appreciate being a fan. And I really love that. So, yeah, exactly. Minimum wage of 750. Well, keep this in mind too. You make that wage as long as you're up here. If you go back down, you go back to the minor league salary. So I think folks need to keep that in mind. Okay. If you're in pre-arb, you make the pre-arb money up here. You make the minor league money when you go down. So, and obviously it'll be more than Uber driving, but the thing you would secure for the whole season would be health insurance. Okay. And service time towards your eventual pension. That's what you do secure for the full year. You can be up in the majors for one day and you'll get health insurance at the major league level for the whole entire year. That I know, okay, for a fact. A friend of mine that I worked with is married to a major league ball player, and they talk about it on a regular basis. And I know that from some other folks, tied to the Yankees as well. So you do get health insurance for the whole entire season, which is a fantastic benefit. And they have top of line health insurance. So that's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. And but JC Scar, man, oh boy, him making that team is fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if I don't. Who's that, Graham? Yankees aren't trading for who? Oh, Gonsolin? Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the rumor keeps circulating, but like I said, it's not floating around in the Yankees universe. It's floating around in the Dodgers universe. So that's a little bit different. But again, you're not hearing that from Brian Cashman. Not hearing from Jack Curry. Not hearing from some of the Yankees big folks. But Gonsolin on the 15-day IL with back tightness. So there you go. But let me pull up Tony Gonsolin's contract. Just so you can see contract. Here we go. Tony Gonsolin's contract. He is going to be a free agent in 2027. So he's got a year and a half of service time. So the price tag should not be super high. I think Everson Pereira would probably be too much to give for Tony Gonsolin, in my personal opinion. But I would offer something else. And what's being suggested is Everson Pereira and another pitcher. Like I don't know about that. I'm not going to give up 10 controllable years for a year and a half of Tony Gonsolin, especially when Gonsolin's not pitching like Paul Skeens or some of these other guys. So I can't see it. So I have a hard time seeing it. Yeah. Atlanta Braves are getting Jose Suarez from the Angels. Expect a bunch of trades. Thank you, Yankee Mania. Expect a bunch of trades in the next couple of days. Guys get cut. Guys, they need to clear roster spots for some other guys who they want to tell them they made the team, and they're going to have to make roster moves. And your 26-man, it has to be officially, and your 40-man have to be officially set before opening day. I think the chances are probably low that we sign Brandon Drury, David. Low. But I do think the chances are high that they bring in a right-handed bat over the next couple of days. And and it's also going to depend on who becomes available, right? So, and that might change over the next couple of days. We just don't know yet. But like I said, the rosters have to be set before opening day for everybody else. So there's going to be a lot of activities. Yep, see that. Yep, and it was Nolan Jones from the Rockies was traded to the Cleveland Guardians. I think it was last night or this morning. So that's a nice trade for the Cleveland Guardians. They've added some power to the lineup to kind of make up for losing Josh Naylor to the Diamondbacks. So that's a nice trade. And they sent the utility player back to the Rockies. I'm trying to look up that trade here. But that was the Braves signed Jesse Chavez, so they've added another pitcher to a minor league deal. A lot of the Blue Jays give a 5-year extension to catcher Alejandro Kirk. So congratulations to him. Tyler Freeman is the utility player going from Cleveland to the Rockies in exchange for Nolan Jones. So they added a nice bat. That's a nice bat add for Cleveland. So I see that's the thing too, Duran. Yankees promote Vivas. Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to Vivas, but it looks like they're dead set on adding a right-handed bat. And Vivas, unfortunately, is not a righty. So Drew Pomeranz has been given his release by the Mariners. Available for teams in a lefty reliever. Look at that. Pomeranz is available now. Thank you, Jonathan. So lots of little moves are going to happen over the next couple days. So make sure your notifications are turned on here, because I'll keep you fed on everything. Red Sox, yeah. Brandon, yeah. I mean, and the Blue Jays are now expressing verbally and publicly expressing confidence that they're going to extend Vlad Jr. So, but my guess is they're going to lose Bo Bichette after the season anyway. Maybe even during the trade deadline. But they extend Vlad. At least he doesn't go to the Mets. So I'll take that. Yeah. Well, that's their plan, Duran. I understand what you're saying. I don't disagree with you, but the Yankees are looking for righties who can hit. The lineup is very heavily lefty, so they want to give them a little bit more balance. Hello, Susan. How are you? Yeah. I think the Peraza decision will go down to the wire. I would agree with that. I would agree. And again, Peraza. Yeah, Peraza. Yeah, this is well, Graham, if you put him on waivers, then he would have to clear through waivers. The waiver process basically puts you out on there. It's like dangling the bait. You might see a fish or a team. If you put through waivers and a team claims you off waivers, then he goes to that team. If he goes completely through waivers without a team acquiring him, then he officially becomes a free agent. So that's pretty much the waiver process. Ace, what's up, brother, man? What is good? So that's the waiver process. So he could be put on waivers, but my guess the Yankees would try to trade him in a trade for maybe an arm or some right. I don't know. I just don't know yet. So the problem with Peraza, that he's been streaky with his health and he's been streaky with his hitting. The one thing he has not been streaky with is his glove. He's got an elite glove, period. And yeah, he shows the offensive potential when he hits, but only when he hits. The problem is he gets hot and then he gets cold, and he gets hot and then he gets cold. And the Yankees, I think, are looking for more consistency across the board. So, and just like Oswaldo Cabrera, he can't hit lefties, but he can hit righties. He hits about 270 versus righties. He's about 170 versus lefties. So that's an issue, unfortunately, for the Yankees. So they're looking for a righty bat who can hit lefties. So that's one of the things I do know that they're looking for. So it's they're either gonna. He was initially scheduled to pitch the 3rd of April, but that's not going to happen now. So generally, he will be most likely starting on the road, Brandon. Yeah, Clark Schmidt. So, dang, appreciate you, brother. Much appreciate your family loyalty, man. Well, they hope you had a good session at church, man. But Yankees they finished in a 3-3 tie. It was the last game at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. So Max Fried pitched well. Volpe hit a home run and Austin Wells hit a 2-run home run, and that was pretty much the offense. He only got four hits in the whole game. So, yeah. Yep. 3-3 tie, Andrew. 3-3 tie. So, yeah. Corbin Burns opened up a season against us. Good. Good. But it's going to be I don't know who Carlos Rodon is pitching against in the Brewers, but we know that Max Fried is pitching against Nestor Cortez on Saturday. So, yeah, I saw that. Drew Thorpe prospect, he's having Tommy John surgery. I saw that, Jack. Yep. Drew Thorpe, who they traded away in the Soto trade, is now having Tommy John surgery. So then he was sent to the White Sox for Dylan Cease, and then he's having Tommy John now. Yeah, I mean Schmidt is just it was just fatigue, Steven. So he's healthy. He's not hurt. His pitch count is behind, and he doesn't have enough accumulated pitch count right now to to serve him in the starting rotation. These other guys are further ahead with their pitch count. So this is the main reason why he's on the IL. Which because it opens up a roster spot for somebody, and Will Warren got it. He was told today that he's made it up north with the team. So congratulations to Will Warren, Cookie Carrasco. Aaron Boone told him 2 days ago he was out with his family for his birthday, doing a family dinner, and Aaron Boone called him and told him in his birthday dinner, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, Drew Thorpe. He was a good call in the Soto trade. People are like, "Oh my God, this! Oh my God, that!" This is what happens. And what happened to the other guys that they traded to the Padres? Those pitchers. They're not in the rotation. So that's the thing too. Yeah, I'm happy. Very happy for Escara as well. Very, very, very happy. No, I don't see them carrying 3. It's got to be 4. There's going to be 4 on the bench, Graham. They'll have enough bullpen depth. Yeah. I don't subscribe to the whole season is over. We're cooked. I don't waste my time on any of that stuff, Stephen B. I wouldn't if I were you either. Just the talking heads. This is the talking points that just fed to us from so many people, unfortunately. So, but yeah. But Will Warren is going to be the number 4, which is fantastic. He's earned it. He's earned it. So shout out to everybody in here, by the way. Smack the like button, by the way. You don't mind. Yeah, the bullpen, they're always, Duran, I agree with you there. They're always good at forming a good bullpen. And they've got a boatload of depth at the major league level and the minor league level. So they'll always be able to kind of mix and match throughout the bullpen. Yeah. But I expect to see probably I don't think Fernando Cruz is going to make up north. I think he's got to work on a couple of pitches still in AAA. But you never know. He could make it. You never know. But I could see maybe Wilking Rodriguez making it. Coach Carl, there he is. Yeah, I think Judge will be okay. I'm glad that he got his home run out of the way yesterday. And but yeah, he has not been lighting the world on fire. But I'm glad that Austin Wells has found his groove. I'm glad that Volpe's kind of finding his groove too. So, and I think once Judge starts to heat up in the season, as long as he don't get off to a start like he had last year, which was a terrible, dreadful start for like the first 6 weeks of the season. And even despite that start, he's still had 58 bombs, which is crazy, absolutely nuts. So I still see him hitting between 40 and 50. So, but we'll see. Yeah, Lombard's still in there. So is Andrew Velasquez. A lot of these guys are still getting hits. I mean, still getting at bats, and which is good. Yoendris Gomez is out of options. Oswald Peraza is out of options, and somebody else, if I forgot who, is out. There's 3 players that are out of options for the Yankees. Hold on, because my man Ken actually sent me the list of guys. The list of the Yankees that are out of options. Where are they? There's 3 Yankees that are out of options. Oh, Brubaker, that's right. That's right. Velasquez, I think he's got a shot. Sports Talk SG, what's happening, my man? Lyle is Leiter out of options too. Yeah, I mean, we're the starting rotation's falling into place. And again, we don't need them to be firing on all cylinders in April. We need them to be firing on all cylinders in the summer and the fall. So I give them some time. So doing well, sports talk. Doing well, man. Just the Yankees. This is the last Yankees home game in Tampa, Georgetown on the field, and now they're going to be handing over that stadium to the Tampa Bay Rays, who are going to play. And when the Yankees play the Tampa Bay Rays this year, they're going to be the away team at Steinbrenner Field. Yep. And the Rays are going to be the home team. So, Michael King, yeah, I'm not surprised, Palvis. He's pitched well enough to earn a spot in that rotation. It's going to be him, and even Darvish just got put on the IL. And you got Cease, you got, who else do they have over there? And then they added Nick Pivetta. I forgot who else is in the Padres rotation. Leiter is in the RBers, yeah. But you can still, so is Peraza. Peraza's pre-arb. No. And that's when you generally get optioned out for the most part in pre-arb and arb. So, I can't stand it. Fried was actually pretty decent. Pookie. He was actually pretty solid today. Do I think they'll add another? They might add one of each. I think they're going to add either one or the other, but potentially both in the next couple of days. So it's something I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for. Well, this is true. This is a good point too, which Carl brings it up. Starting pitching will be at a high premium. Yep. So because of the fact that teams have a lot of starting pitchers who are injured. So the teams that have starting pitchers who are healthy are going to be expensive to trade. Going to be expensive to trade. Yeah. Congratulations to Ascar. Congratulations to Will Warren. Found out today he made the team. So that's good news as well. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. Let's have a look here. 1 second here. 4. Okay. But yeah. So smack the like button, everybody. I told you, Sports Talk, I would confirm with you. Right? I have to confirm with you because it's a weekday. I'll know closer to the 11th. So we're still a couple of weeks away. Yeah, you're right about that. They would have probably fleeced somebody for Stroman. I would agree with that. But they might go with the owners that they haven't waited for the deadline. You might be right. And the fact is, like, who's available that's worth pursuing right now? That's the other question. So then the Yankees are going to go to a lot of young kids. No. Yeah, Diamondbacks. And they added Corbin Burns. They added Josh Naylor. Like, they're going to be a tough team this year, Diamondbacks. They're going to be a tough team. Bobby Miller. What do you mean by that, Graham? Give me some insight, man. Montgomery staying with the D-backs. No surprise. Is Bobby Miller available from the Dodgers? I don't know, but I know he's one of their highly touted prospects, so he would probably come with a high price tag as well. It's going to be interesting to see, but the Dodgers have pitching to trade. They have an excess of pitching, and the fact of the matter is not a lot of these guys are going to get opportunities, especially since they've added Blake Snell. They've added, Roki Sasaki, right? So they've had, like, a lot, and they've added bullpen depth. It's like Kirby Yates, Tanner Scott. They've added a whole bunch of, okay? I hear you. I hear you, Graham. Thank you. Thank you for that intel, Graham. Appreciate that. That's good to know. Um, Bobby Miller. Let's look up Bobby Miller here. I know he just started his pitching clock. Dodgers. He's 25 years old, a right-handed pitcher. He was 2-4. I think last year was his first go around. So I think he's had 5 more seasons of control. I mean, he pitched 1 game so far this spring, but he's got 52 innings, 56 innings pitched, and 52 Ks with a WHIP of 177. So he's still developing. He's still developing. I don't know about Stanton's contract. It's a good question. But the problem with the NC, I think it's important to keep pointing this out. Even if your contract is insured, okay, the insurance could pick up your entire contract. It does nothing to lower your payroll number. The Yankees payroll is above 300. It's going to stay above 300. The insurance paying for $30 million doesn't give the Yankees $30 million of payroll room, a wiggle room in the payroll. That's not how it works, unfortunately. And that's right in the CBA. Yep. Well, this is the thing, Deron. And again, you don't have. This is what I'm talking about. And that is the issue, because you don't get money relief. If you got money relief, Hal Steinbrenner wouldn't have any problem adding, because you wouldn't be adding. If you had $30 million off the payroll and $30 million to play with, that's not adding money. So it's just something to think about. So $27 million back in insurance. That doesn't mean they get $27 million payroll. No, that doesn't mean they can spend half of it. Their payroll didn't go down by $27 million. You can spend, and I've said this, you can spend half of it, and it would still cost you $27 million. So, because you spend 13, you'd have to pay the other 13 or 14 in payroll tax. What do you call it? Penalties on the back end, but it would go up by $27 million on the back end. There he is. Max is in the building, brother. What's happening, man? Little by little, we're getting some news, Max. Will Warren's made the team. It's going to be the number 4 starter. So, yeah, the Cohen tax, exactly, Ron. That's the thing. Insurance can pay for the entire contract. It does nothing to lower your payroll number. The payroll number remains the same. And that's the thing. I do think the Dodgers spending will catch up to them. But I could also see another ownership group coming in, like this current ownership group, selling it and pawning it off, that debt off to another ownership group. I could see that too. So I don't think it's going to pay for itself entirely, because they might make a bunch during the Shohei Ohtani years. But once he's gone, they're not going to make as much revenue on Ohtani, because he's not playing anymore. And then that's when they're going to have to pay $68 million a year on him when he's not playing. So, yeah, Julio Urias got a 90-game suspension. Yeah, well, exactly, Duran. The payroll is at 301. They get $27 million. Insurance is paying $27 million, but the payroll remains 301. That's the way it is in the CBA. It doesn't lower. It doesn't mean the payroll's down to 274. That's not how it works. Unfortunately, I wish it were, but it's not how it works. Twins are interested in Dom Smith and Bader. Twins said he's leaving. Is it? Oh, interesting. Hearing that they're set on the roster, haven't told anybody yet because they're waiting on other teams. Well, exactly, Max. And it's going to be, I don't think they're going to finally announce it until probably Wednesday. So once we get the official 26, because you're right, they might replace somebody with somebody over the next couple of days. They're still looking for right-handed bat. And I heard that Pablo Reyes, has leapfrogged over Peraza on the depth chart for the infield. So there's that. But if they get somebody who's an upgrade over those guys, they might bring somebody in which case he would leapfrog Reyes. right? So and I think you're right. I mean, they probably are set for the most part, but if they make a trade or a signing over the next couple of days, that might change around the margins of 26-man roster. But once it's officially set, let's go live together. Get NFE, get Ace. We can all come up on live and talk about it. Love to hear your thoughts on it once this roster's set. So I do think it's going to be tweaked around the margins over the next couple of days, but only if a move happens, but a guy's getting cut. And guys are going to happen to get cut because they're going to tell someone else that they're joining the team, so they're going to have to make a maneuver in the roster. So guys will get cut or placed on waivers or DFA'd and so on and so forth, or optioned out, and now they're out of options, so they become trade bait. So it's going to be interesting next couple of days. If they add on a player at the deadline with said money, that money, 30 million a year player, it's prorated. So a 30 million a year, whatever is left on the salary is what the Yankees take on. So, and again, it doesn't matter what the payroll number is now. It matters what the number is at the end of the season. So they could bring on money, they could send out money, and so on and so forth. So the number at the end of the season is what's going to determine the number that they pay for luxury tax. So, yeah, it's prorated. So a 30 million a year player, let's just say to get him at the deadline, let's just say there's 12 million left. That's what the Yankees would take on. And then if they're still over 301, that 12 million would become, probably 24 million, which is crazy, but true. Happy anniversary to you and your lady, man. That's fantastic, bro. No doubt about it, man. Once this roster's set, man, let's get it. Let's get on it, man. We'll go live. We'll talk about it, man. Heck yeah. 27. That's the number. That's the number. If they take on somebody, whatever money they take on at the deadline is, if they're still over the Cohen threshold, doubles. So if they take on 10 million, it turns to 20. That 301 becomes 321, and so on. Right? So that's the way that it works. 4 days, baby. 4 days. I don't know if you heard too, Max. So we know Rodon's pitching opening day. Saturday, it's going to be Max Fried versus Nestor Cortez. It's going to be fantastic, man. It's going to be fantastic. I'm trying to secure tickets for that Saturday. I was looking to get secure tickets for opening day, but there are much better tickets available for Saturday than there are opening day. If we're not in a running, well, it depends, Graham. If we're not in a running, will other teams take on players that we have? Because if we're not in a running, chances are players that we'd like to trade might not be playing well. And do they become tradable? I don't know. So that's the question. That's the question. Yeah, the rumor being floated right now is that the Dodgers are trying to get the Yankees to trade Everson Pereira to the Yankees for Tony Gonsolin, who's now on the IL, right-handed pitcher. But it's not being floated by the Dodgers themselves. It's being floated by somebody in the Dodgers universe. So, got that right, Max. We gotta light him up, man. Well, that's the rumor that's been floated right now, Susan. But it's not much corroboration going on with it. But that's the rumor being floated by someone in the Dodgers universe. Mm-hmm. The Dodgers did option Caleb Durbin. I saw that today. Repeat Chapman and Miller trades? What do you mean? What do you mean repeat Chapman and Miller trades? Trade away. Yeah, I don't think the Yankees are going to stink. Yeah, I saw that too, Max. Yeah, I know people were worried that it was going to be maybe Tommy John, something like that, but it was, he had some issue in his tricep. Yep. So they did catch a break because that's to be a big arm for the Rays. Yep. No, the Yankees don't get Caleb back. No. He gets optioned to the minors in the Brewers system. I mean, when you option a player, they go to the farm. They go to the minors. Yep. The Dodgers won't already give us Kike. I hear that making me. Yeah, that's a more likely trade for the fan base. I know they brought back Kike. So, who did the Dodgers release, Dang? Did the Dodgers release somebody that we're not hearing about? Oh, the Angels just traded Ian Anderson to the Braves for Jose Suarez. There's that Ian Anderson. Okay. And if you heard, Nolan Jones from the Rockies got traded to the Guardians. That's a nice bat addition for the Guardians right there. That's a good one. Which Chapman are you talking about? You talking about Matt Chapman, Sousa? Matt Chapman signed a big deal with the Giants. With San Francisco Giants. Yep. Turn off the hot water. Great. Dang. Yeah, rest in peace to George Foreman. And rest in peace to Brett Gardner's 14-year-old son, who suddenly passed away, fell ill. No, Aroldis Chapman signed with the Boston Red Sox. He's a Red Sox closer. Yep, Aroldis is in Boston. Yeah, I do agree, man. It's a better spot for Nolan Jones. Give him a chance to aim. He's 25 bombs last year. He's got some power in his bat. Now he's going to go to a contender. So, good for him. It's awful, Coach Carl. His family, and I don't think Brett Gardner's wife were there, but like his family went on a trip, and then I guess his sons were there, and a bunch of their family members fell ill, including his son. And his son suddenly passed away in his sleep. But unfortunately, he's only 14 years old. So this is absolutely tragic. It's awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. Just losing your kids. Just, God. It's crazy. I don't know, Beagle. I don't know. Don't know what it is, what it could be. So, your dog in one of those cans. Yeah, I mean, you never know. It could be. Could be some type of poison or something, yeah. Yeah, no, the Giants can keep Matt Chapman. And they gave him big money, too. And they also added Willie Adames to Matt Chapman, too. So Giants added some bats. They added some bats and some defense. So teams have gotten better. The Giants have quietly gotten better. The Diamondbacks have quietly gotten better. Dodgers, of course. The Mets. 28 likes. Keep smacking that like button, gang, if you don't mind. 28 likes. We got about 65 people in here. Never touch brightly colored wildlife means, yeah, I mean, poison dart frogs, like any of that stuff. No, nothing about the Mets trading for Dylan Cease. I'm not sure the Padres are going to move Cease now, especially with Yu Darvish now on the IL. He's starting the season on the IL, so I'm not exactly sure the Padres are going to move Cease. Yeah, Willie Adames, yeah, he would have been expensive though. But would he have played third base is the question. I don't know. I wouldn't worry about the number of the ranking they're on the farm. When players get promoted to the majors, the farm takes a hit. And, there's a reason why the Yankees team is the most looted team in the Rule 5 draft. People take more players from the Yankees than they do anywhere else. They take more coaches from the Yankees than anywhere else, right? So, do there things that the Yankees farm system needs to improve? Yeah, but the 24 ranking is deceptive. Yeah. Yeah, Padres on their sweet and say, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they promoted Dominguez. They promoted quite a few guys. I mean, Luis Hill, Austin Wells. Farm takes a beating when that happens. And kudos to the Yankees for that. You know. Yeah, it was a sneaky get for the Giants. It's good for them. They needed to add somebody. I mean, they lost out on so many guys the last couple. They lost out on Aaron Judge. They lost out on a bunch of other guys. So, yeah. Yankees are superb in developing relievers. And acquiring and making the relievers that they acquire better. So, I think we know who we're going to go with. I'll send down through why things can still happen. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. They're not gonna lay all the cards out right now because they know things can happen in the next couple of days. So Boone's not gonna leak. Cashman's not gonna leak. And that's going to lead to speculation and assumptions that the Yankees are done, this and that. So it is what it is. Yeah, Darvish is starting the season on the IL. Unfortunately, he's also older too, and he just got a big extension at like 37 years old, something like that. So, yeah, the Yankees drafted a lot of pitchers. A lot of their top pitchers are in the lower levels of the system. So once they get to the upper levels of the system, that should be, it'll give us a better indication of how their season or their farm was going to rank a little bit better. So yeah, more yeah, they're on. I do. I mean, they got some studs they drafted last year. Ben Hess. They drafted Bryce Cunningham. They drafted some really good pitchers from the SEC conference. So, and they're already, both those guys are in their top 7 prospects already. And they haven't even started in rookie ball yet. So, yeah. And Will Warren, if he gets promoted, I mean, that's the farms will take a hit. And it's a good thing when you're promoting players. Let the farm take a hit. Well, exactly, Graham. You got to get to Double-A. It'll give us a better idea. That's why I'm like, I hope George Lombard Jr. starts in Double-A because we'll get a better idea of how legit he is, how real of a deal he is. Yeah, playing nerve in his triceps. Yeah, the Rays caught a break, Jonathan. Max was just stressing that too. And Double-A is that's the most stacked level of the minor leagues. Yeah, he should be okay, McClanahan. It's a big break for the Rays. It is a big break. So, he did look uncomfortable when he left yesterday too. So, and again, tricep and the pitching arm, no surprise. No surprise. I strained mine pitching. It happens. And mechanically, if you're not like on point every single time, you can easily strain something like that in the throwing arm. Yep. It's a huge step up. From rookie ball to Double-A, and then Double-A to Triple-A is a decent, but Double-A to the majors is another major step up. So, I think Triple-A is the bigger transition for hitters. Double-A is the bigger transition for pitchers. No, yeah, McClanahan. Yeah. Yeah, I wish the roster was 28, not 26. In all honesty, I really wish it was. I mean, I'm not surprised that's no longer 40. It used to be 40. Used to expand the roster by like 15 guys. September, which is crazy. So I'm glad it's back down, but 26 I think is a little too short. 20 I think would be better. Sprained thumb playing Pac-Man all morning. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Beep 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 beep. Love me some Pac-Man. We'll be all over for the extra 16. Yeah. Yes, they would. Beef between Judge and I haven't heard that, but Judge is close friends with DJ. I wouldn't. Is it that AI Yankees channel call? Is it that Yankees Digest one or whatever it's called? If that's the one, is that the channel that's also saying that the Yankees have signed Manny Machado, who's not a free agent, or they were signing Pete Alonso, they were signing Rafael Devers? Um, some of these AI channels are just ridiculous. Petruzzi's in the house. What's up, Jacob? I know that Judge and DJ LeMahieu are close friends. They signed Babe Ruth, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is where pitchers need to develop in the minors. And it's a Bronx Panther. Yeah, I just none of those are credible channels. Um, but I'm of the opinion, and you let me know if you agree with me. I'm of the opinion that the spring training layout needs to be a little bit different because right now you get pitchers and catchers report, and then a week later you have the position players report, and then a week later they're in the games. I don't think the ramp up period is long enough. Okay, and I know the argument is players should be in shape. In shape is one thing, but it's not the same thing as baseball specific activities. You start doing more aggressive pivoting, more aggressive lateral stuff. This is when muscles get strained. I would give them an extra 2 weeks of that before transitioning to games. I would go 2 weeks less games, 2 weeks more ramp up period. Just kind of base training for cross country, right, Coach Carl? I mean, the better summer you have, the better position you're going to be for cross country, right? If kids don't run over the summer, then they're going to have to race themselves into shape. They also risk injury, right? But even if they come back in shape in the beginning, especially in areas where they race a lot, there's going to be some soreness. There's going to be some adjustment period that needs to happen. So, and it's hard to have an adjustment period when you're playing games almost every day. It's tough. Yeah, at the end, exactly, Carl. In the June, and you basically have like 10 weeks to put together a summer. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Some of these channels are just crazy. Yep. But I couldn't agree more, Coach Carl. You get a break after outdoors, and then you get you know, and it's got to be an intelligent ramp up period. An intelligent. You're building off of what you did the year before, right? It's a um, collective compounding of fitness, right, and base. But Graham, yeah, those channels are just ridiculous. It's just some of these channels keep saying they're signing these players. These guys aren't even free agents. How could you sign them? Oh. Like, these channels are just ridiculous. Absolute crazy. Well, again, too, the adjustment period for pitchers is different than it is for hitters, right? Pitchers are working on mechanics, right? Consistent release points, the pitchers are, certain things, building up the pitch count, right? Where hitters are working on timing, reflexes, right? Adjusting to this, adjusting to that. So there's different adjustment periods for both. Yeah, yeah, they do have pitchers returning midseason. Yeah, yeah, they've got quite a few. I mean, they've got Johnny Loizaga. They've got Clayton Beater coming back. You've got Leiter coming back. You've got quite a few of these guys. Tyler Matzek too. So they have a lot more depth coming, which is good, which is a good thing. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing it, which is going to be good as well. Hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Well, some of the emphasis is right now. One of the culprits of Tommy John is a lot of these pitchers are being, pushed to throw hard from a young age, putting stress on the arm. And it's tough to put stress on the arm when you're going through a growing phase, right? When your muscles and your joints are, it's like going through a growth spurt, right? especially running too. You grow a bunch of inches, you have to factor that into the training to a degree because the body's going to respond differently to the same type of training as you would before without the growth spurt. So with the growth spurt, again, the body needs time to adapt to growing. So Greg Maddux, Greg Maddux is a unique one in his own. So is Pedro Martinez. So I'm really curious to see what the Yankees do. I'm really, really curious. Yeah, it's next man up. You got that right. Just got to be careful. You got to let the kids grow and develop. In high school especially, it's tough to really stress out their arms. I know the pressure is. We want these kids to, because it's about money for a lot of these people, right? But I'm more, to me at least. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm more prioritizing of the athlete's development and their health. Same thing with running, right? So I want them to be developed properly and stay healthy. Difficult, yeah, yeah. It's a different attack, and the athletes it's different nowadays. It's a different game. It really is a different game, and they're trying to maximize every little tidbit of this and that and so on, so to make it as exciting as possible. I get it, but like, at what point is it going to be at the expense of players? And I think that's the point where it's got to be the red line. That's the last thing I want to happen. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I remember when in high school, the kids like don't throw curveballs until you're older. Kids were throwing curveballs way too early, and kids were getting surgery. I'm like, for throwing curveballs, like crazy. No, Nolan Ryan. Well, and Nolan Ryan also did an insane amount of lower body work. He utilizes his legs more than most people, which you need. If you learn how to use your lower body more often with pitching, then it's going to support your upper body more than you think and your core more than you think. But he was a freak of nature, Nolan Ryan. Absolute freak of nature. One reason why he hardly ever got hurt. Hmm. He was a special breed. He was a special breed. So keep smacking a like button, game. We got 33 likes. Let's at least get over 50 likes. Anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, please do that, please. It's always helpful to these live streams. I thank you for it. But yeah, Nolan Ryan is also, one of the toughest pitchers and major league athletes I've ever seen. Just tough as nails. Fearless. Mm-hmm. UCLA, exactly. Yep. 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 And he had that high leg lift here when he's pitching. So, yeah. Following the game, the Yankees have optioned Braden Shoemake to AAA. They reassigned Wilking Rodriguez to minor league camp. Standard procedure, no surprise. Wilking Rodriguez probably not going to make the team because of that reassignment, but that's okay. Shoemake, I'm not surprised, AAA. But there's other guys that can still potentially make the squad that have not been reassigned yet, have not been optioned. So, yeah. Go Gators, yeah. Did they win? I think Duke was winning too, right? So, it's Mark Madness, man. My St. John's lost to Arkansas Razorbacks yesterday. But that was Calipari versus Patino right there, two coaching legends. But I'm not surprised. Nah, man. Brian just came right at you, man. He was absolutely fearless. Yeah, re-signed Wilking Rodriguez, Max, and Braden Shoemake just got optioned to AAA. Yeah, UConn lost. Yeah, Gators. I could see the Gators making the Final Four. I think Duke has as good of a chance as any to make the Final Four too. Rocket was also fearless. He was also a big dude. Rocket was very, very big, and he was completely unafraid of anybody, which is what you need for some of these guys. Pedro was half their size, but he was the same thing. He can't maybe head hunt. He wouldn't care. Throw right at your head. Yeah. UConn fan, baby. It's a great program, man. UConn. UConn's got a great program. Mm. Who's coaching there? I know REM is still coaching the women, right? So, mhm. I met one of their players at a Broadway show, Rebecca Lobo. And now one of their players, was it one of them, Brianna Stewart? She plays for the New York Liberty. El Duque, yeah, he was another one. Crafty pitcher with the super high leg lift. It wasn't a power guy like Rocket was, but he's still clutch. Clutch. You're a bad Piazza got away with it, probably because, well, I'm saying, like, you know, it's just like the Rocket, like in CC Sabathia, they're gonna throw at you, and you look at them, they're like, "You gonna attack me? You gonna charge me?" Those guys never got charged. I don't blame these guys. Pitchers for not charging, batters for not charging them. So, and the people who did charge Nolan Ryan paid a hard price. Robin Venturi got the crap beat out of him by Nolan Ryan. So, yeah, some other folks too. I remember Randy Myers, reliever. He was a player charged the field and attacked Randy Myers, not knowing he was a martial arts expert, and he took him down. Myers, Kyle Farnsworth, another one, absolute beast, also a fighter. These guys you do not want to charge the mound. So, heck no. Piazza Rob, yeah, I know. I don't think Piazza would have charged Clemens. Yeah, Pettit was also, I mean, he was the bulldog for the Yankees. Very deceptive too. Well, exactly, Ram. You charge Nolan Ryan, you wake up later and you realize, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. So, if I was in professional sports, I'd have to learn. Or grappling. Yeah, I hear you, Beagle. Yeah, BJJ is a good part of the repertoire. No, Andy was not afraid. Neither was Clemens. Neither was CC. CC would hit dudes, man, to back up to support his teammates. You hit my guys, we're hitting yours. And Pedro Martinez did the same. Yep. I remember, was it Clemens hit Kevin Millar, and then Pedro went to him after the inning and said, "Who do you want?" And he wound up hitting Alfonso Soriano and Derek Jeter. Both. He sent them both to the hospital. Pedro Martinez. And then when he walked off the mound and got thrown out of the game, he was pointing like this. Like, he's got balls, man. Dude's got balls. Who was the guy Ryan put a headlock? That was Robin Ventura. He attacked the mound, and Ryan just gave him a knuckle sandwich. He fed him a knuckle supreme. No. Was that the triple play with CC? I remember that. Kevin Euclid was part of that triple play with the Yankees. I remember that triple play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Don Zimmer. That was in Fenway Park. Yep. I remember that too. Yep. Back in the day, the good old days. So now it's a little bit different. Not as feisty as it was before. That's why I appreciate guys like AJ Pierzynski. When I had him on the channel, I told him as much. I appreciated his style of play. It was completely fearless. Like, the game is, softened to the point where you can't. And it's not because of the players. It's because of the association. They're forbidding players for blocking the plate, for causing these collisions. Like, crazy. But it's just the way that the game has evolved since then, unfortunately. So, yeah. Oh yeah. And Diamondbacks and versus the Yankees will be a fun series. That'll be a fun series. Spiking would be permitted. Oh my god! I mean, Ty Cobb was the master at it. He spiked people dirty all the time. Ty Cobb. So let's see. The Orioles have selected Matt Bowman. They've added him to their roster. He's made the team. Ty Cobb was known as probably the dirtiest player ever, and no surprise. People were afraid of, infielders were afraid of he was coming in sliding. Hmm. Um, Baby was, yep. I'm trying to look and see if there's any other moves here. Yeah. So it looks like Fernando Cruz, according to this, might make the Yankees team, according to Max Goodman. Since they reassigned Wilking Rodriguez, the bullpen looks as if it's going to be Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, Tim Hill, Cruz, Leiter Jr., Yoendris Gomez, Brent Hendrick, and Yuri De Los Santos. I do think one of those guys will get optioned once Tyler Matzek comes back with that second lefty. So he's known as to be clutch in the postseason. So I could see Matzek coming. Now, what else we got here? Yeah, those are the moves right now for the Yankees. So it's still remains to be seen who's going to be the last spot on the roster for the Yankees and what's going to happen over the next couple of days. Michael Jordan fans are the worst sports fans of all of them. Why is that, Universe Galaxy? I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Why are we the worst ever? Oh, yeah, it's true. Cobb was just intentionally. Oh, yeah. Graham, you're 100% right. He was universally hated throughout the game and feared. Yeah, Ryan McMahon would be freaking phenomenal. And Lou Gehrig was he was one of these guys that was known as be tough as nails. Lou Gehrig, man. Guy's a legend. He's a Yankee legend. Yep. But that's what we got, gang. That's what we got. Let me let you go. Enjoy the rest of your so many reasons. Wish all you let callers call in or had an open panel to join because there's more practical explain everything. Why don't you explain? I'm giving you the opportunity to explain it right now. You should be able to point out one or two good facts. What makes the fans the worst? And what does that have to do with anything we're talking about here in baseball? True Soto, no. I could see Matzek making it at some point. I could see that. Well, this is true too. Yeah. Guys played in. Yeah. You ignored everything. Well, first of all, I didn't ignore everything. So you're pointing this at me. It's not practical to explain everything. There's not enough room to type everything. You didn't say why. You pointed your opinion. Okay? Those are your opinion. What makes the fans worst? He's the best player in the history of the game. No, he is a good lefty. No, I can see it now. Matzek to the nutsack. Soto. Oh my God. Soto's on his knees. What the A typical Michael Jordan fan. Oh, really? In the short time you don't know me, first of all, Universe Galaxy, and you still haven't brought up any attacks. Okay? No. Want to win in your program. Same to you, Kenneth. Same to you. Why did you feel the need, Universe, to come on here and generalize Jordan fans? I'm not ignoring things. You haven't pointed out anything yet. Okay? So what am I? If you didn't write any facts, what am I ignoring? Nothing. Just quit while you're behind, man. Please. All the other silly things that aren't. What silly things? We're talking baseball. So what are you talking about? Oh no, yeah, Rocket would have gone after Soto. There's no doubt about it. LeBron fan. Yeah, man, that's fine. You could be a LeBron fan. It's all good. That's totally cool. I don't go around trashing LeBron fans. He's a great player. How these Michael Jordan fans act right nicely to the guy. I asked you to prove your point. You haven't done that. This is one of the things you don't know about me. I give people an opportunity to prove what they're going to say in facts. You haven't done that. Okay. So I'm going to call it out. You want real talk? This is where you're going to get real talk. I don't beat around the bush. Okay. You can generalize Michael Jordan fans all you want. Guess what? We don't care. Susan, you have a great evening too. You haven't explained anything, universe. You point out your opinion. Yeah, I would agree, Susan. I don't think they're going to trade Cease, particularly since Yu Darvish is now in the IL. I'm not sure if a team is going to match his price. If he gets traded, it might be at the deadline because he's going to be a free agent after this year. So I can see that, and I think I think it's going to depend on whether the Padres are out of contention too. Why are people up in arms about Jordan versus Kobe or LeBron? Who's up in arms? Yeah, exactly, exactly, Sean. Go troll elsewhere, Universe Galaxy. You're trolling. It isn't practical to write things. You're not writing things out. You're just making generalized statements, and you're wrong. So you got the wrong channel for this, dude. You're messing with the wrong people here, dude. This is a baseball channel. You want to go to basketball channel? Go. Go to a basketball channel. I saw MJ live. I saw LeBron live. Both great. I saw Kobe live. Great. We don't spend our time and waste other people's time trolling other channels. It's a waste of time. We have better things to do with our time. So you believe whatever you want to believe, Universe Galaxy. Whatever you want to believe. Yeah, exactly, Graham. Exactly. Michael Jordan. See, you haven't made any points. You haven't made any points. I didn't say that you're wrong about anything. I gave Kobe credit. I gave LeBron. I don't even know what fan you are. I don't care. You came on here. You're attacking Michael Jordan fans when we're talking baseball. So again, do you have anything better to do with your time? I haven't said anything about your Universe Galaxy. Acting strange. What are you talking about? You're putting forth your opinions. I gave you an opportunity to. You're pointing them off as facts. That's on your opinion. Okay. And you're attacking Michael Jordan fans when we're not attacking you. Okay. Yeah, Larry Bird's another great player. Damn right they're on. Fantastic player. And it has nothing to do with baseball, Graham. This person just felt the need to come on here and do this. And he doesn't like being called out on it. Okay. Attacks, I'm not attacking you. I'm calling you out. That's not attacking you. You are trolling. Okay. And you are wasting your time because we're talking baseball. Yeah, you got that right there. Man. It is. You're not making any impact here. None. Dane Dunning. Is Dane Dunning a free agent now? Did he get? Well, was he a free agent? Or was he get? Did he get cut? Dane Dunning. Let's have a look here. Pitcher. Oh yeah, he got put on outright waivers. Look at that. The Texas Rangers. Yep, the Rangers put him on waivers. Okay. Well, that's the thing too. Like, what do you make the Yankees bullpen? That's the other question. But Dane Dunning, yeah, it's an interesting one. Calls me out in his mind. No, I'm calling you out here directly to you, not in my mind. Nobody's talking basketball. You came on here, you felt the need to attack Michael Jordan fans. Has nothing to do with anything. So, and you expect to not get called out on it? Get real, dude. Go somewhere else. Guys like him have bad personality. Okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. You're the victim. We're the bad guy. You should go to Truth Social for that stuff. Yeah, I think you're right, Susan. I can't see the Yankees going after Dylan Cease. And his salary is relatively high. They did sign the Texas Rangers did sign Patrick Corbin. This is true. This is true, Deron. Ignores everything. What? Ignoring what, dude? Yeah, exactly, max coverage. What you're not accomplishing anything, universe. So go somewhere else. I'm not calling you out of my mind. I'm calling you out to you, directly to you. Okay? You didn't make any good points. You made generalizations based on your opinion. You didn't make any valid points. If you made a valid points, I would give you credit for it, but you haven't. Okay? Like saying, yeah, exactly. Well, Dylan Cease would be a rental because after this year he's a free agent. So I could see a team like who felt like they're one piece away, um, maybe overpaying for somebody like Dylan Cease at the deadline. But at this point, I do think I could be wrong, but I think the Padres are going to hold on to him, particularly since Yu Darvish is on the IL now. Yeah, exactly. They're on. Go troll a basketball channel. You're not worth debating, universe. You're not worth debating. I'm telling you now, you're not worth debating. Waiting for some information. I gave you opportunities to answer your questions. You haven't done that. You're continually trolling. You are not worth debating. It's a waste of time. I will get dumber talking to you. Not happening. Okay? Darvish, yeah, and he's older too. But yeah, I mean, he's a good pitcher. If the Mets feel that they're one piece away, maybe they'll get for Dylan Cease. The logic, yeah, universe, yeah, the logic. You're not worth it. I'm not debating you. You haven't made any points worth be debatable. Again, you haven't made any points. So keep going, dude. Just keep going. What's the name of your YouTube channel? Universe Galaxy. You didn't make any good points. No, I said if I would debate you, I would get dumb. I didn't say listen to your points. You haven't made any points yet. I don't expect you to make any there. Okay? No. Prideful to admit when I'm wrong. You haven't defended your arguments. You attacked Michael Jordan fans without any proof or anything. You got called out on it. And this is what people do on this channel. This is what I do. I call out BS. You don't like it, that's your problem. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. People come here, they know me. They know what they get when they come here. Okay? So you can keep saying, you can keep playing the phony victim all you want. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Again, what's your YouTube channel? I'll look it up. No, I didn't say the name of your page. I asked you the name of your channel. The dude's whole channel is hating Jordan fan. Oh God, Talking Point Central. Here we go. Thank you, Max Coverage, especially in Universe Galaxy. Who's your channel? What's your channel, man? Man up, dude. Tell me what your channel is. I'm looking it up right now. Hating Jordan. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. I didn't say the name of your page. You came on here as Universe Galaxy. I don't know if that's the name of your channel or not. I asked you the name of your channel. Whatever you say, you're still not telling me the name of your channel. Why not? Hmm? What's the name of your channel? Is it the Universe Galaxy? And your comment here, your channel, Michael Jordan fans are the worst sports fans of all time. 6 months ago. And let's have a look and see. Debating a Michael Jordan fan. Debating. Wow, you got a whole 98 views. Whew. You spend all that time hating Michael Jordan. Oh, yeah. Oh, good Lord. You're right, Graham. Debating a Michael Jordan fan. Debate, debate, debate. Oh, yeah. And you're not even showing your face here either. You're debating somebody, you're not showing your face. Hmm. Let's go to a second video here of you debating. Nope, not showing your face here either. Oh, not showing your face here either. You're gonna debate me, you're gonna show your face, dude. Just like I'm showing my face. Oh, they're not getting to me. CT cards. They can be haters all they want. Go right ahead. Tarantino. Tarantino's a legend, man. He's a legend. Why don't you show your face in your videos? Let's see, debating Michael Jordan fan. Yeah, the fifth one I've seen. I'm gonna look at number 6. Yep, 6 straight debates. You haven't shown your face on any of them. You haven't shown your face on any of your debates. Yeah, another face. Exactly, Max Coverage. I'm looking at it right now. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna invite me on for a debate. You're not even gonna show your face. Get real, dude. Get real. Yeah, exactly. CT cards. A formal discussion in a particular topic in a legislative assembly, which imposing arguments are put forward, and you can see the person's face who's making his or her argument, right? Ray dismissed the fun one. Oh, it's sad. Universe Galaxy, the faceless debate channel. Appreciate you guys too. Yeah, 874 videos, 28,000 subs. Wow. Videos. Yeah, still no face. The top 49 ridiculous things that they said about LeBron James, and guess who's the thumbnail? Michael Jordan. Still faceless. Still faceless. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was fun. Max coverage. I'll let you know. Well, you let me know too if whoever finds out first when this 26-man roster is set. Let's go and get you an ace on here, get you an NFE on here, and we can break this down, baby. So I'm really excited to see what this 26-man roster is going to be. All right. Your Schwartz is big as well. You calling Spaceballs on us? Got that right, Max. Let's go, baby. Anyway, go have a great rest of your weekend, gang. Much love to all of you. I appreciate you. Again, Will Warren has made the team. Great news. Congratulations to Will. And we will know in a few days. So, like, my guess is it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. If they happen to make a trade in the next, like, if they make a trade tomorrow, I think we'll know what it is on Tuesday. If they make a trade Tuesday, we'll probably know what it is on Wednesday. Obviously, we're going to know what it is on Wednesday because opening day is Thursday. So, but I do think if they make a trade, then shortly thereafter they'll announce the 26-man. I think aside from that, it's going to be whatever moves happen the next day or two. So stay tuned, gang. Go have a great rest of the day. Hit the like button on the way out. Peace and love to all of you. Universe, show your face. Man up. Peace.